Welcome to the call. So, as you know, last week we did a call and the letter was A, stands for attitude. This week is B. So, I want to talk about B, and that is, I'm going to go into it. But before I go into what B stands for and what this is going to be all about, I want to just share where this information is coming from. A lot of people, Jake, you're this, Jake, you're that, Bob, you're this, Bob, you're that, Earl, you're that. This information is just the truth. The truth will always remain. So the information, like I was on a call the other day and someone said, you're just so sure with what it is you say. I'm just success leaves clues. So I'm just relaying what has worked for generations and generations and generations. So obviously Napoleon Hill, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, mentored a guy called Earl Nightingale, who started the personal development world with The Stranger's Secret. Bob Proctor actually read the book Think and Grow Rich and then later went on to be mentored by Earl Nightingale and became his top consultant and then went on to create his own business. And this information is coming directly from the mentorship of Bob himself and also his amazing wife, Linda Proctor. If you'd like more details on what it is that we do and what it is that I do personally and why I chose what I do, get back with the person that introduced you to this call, or just simply reach out to me and I'm willing to ask any questions. So I just wanted to give you some information, some acknowledgement with regards to where this information that I'm sharing tonight has come from. I'm just going to share my experience. So let's recap on last week's call. Last week was all about attitude, thoughts into feelings, into actions, into habits, into results. And we can actually change our attitude by changing our thoughts, and changing, there's certain thing which impacts our thoughts. So again, if you didn't get last week's recording, get back with the person introduced you to this call. They will have the recording for last week's call. And also self-image. I gave everyone the task of writing out their self-image. So if you're on the call now for week 2, I hope that you went away and did that. The aim of education is action, not knowledge. So take the information that you learned tonight, apply it, and you'll be amazed at the results that come into your life and what you attract. Because the universe and God, whatever you want to call it, it's watching every single time. That Santa Claus, he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. So you're only cheating yourself. Just apply this information. And did you take an inventory of yourself? Did you take an honest look at what you've got going on currently and what you want? Let's get honest. This is a safe environment to grow in. So tonight's call is a special one for me. It's something which I've dedicated my life to learning more about. You don't know what you don't know, and the more you know you don't know. And the magic word is believing. And I want to briefly touch on why this word means so much to me. And I believe it's the backbone and the foundation, the root of anything that you're going to achieve. When I went to meet Bob Proctor in July of 2018, I was exposed, which is the key, by the way. I was exposed to people in positions that I desired to be in. I was exposed to people. Catch what I'm saying as I'm speaking. I was exposed to people who were already in the position that I desired to be in. Now, when you ever get around those people, you wanna put your ego to the side. You wanna open your mind and you wanna ask questions. So I saw this gentleman. He was making multiple 6 figures on a monthly basis within the industry of network marketing, social marketing, MLM, online marketing, whatever you want to call it. And he sort of isolated himself. So I went over to him and said, "Yes, bro, what's going on, man? Listen, I know you're into network marketing. I can see by your Instagram that you're super successful. I've heard a lot about you. There's a lot of people talking about you. What makes you different to everybody else here? Why are you achieving this success? Why have you got the Lamborghini? Why have you got that apartment in Miami? Why are you doing the things that you're doing and other people are not?" And he said, "Bro, I love the fact you come over and ask me. You remind me of me. You remind me of me." I took that as a big clue. You remind me of me. Ask questions. Just reconfirming what I just said is true. He said, "You're not going to like my answer, but I believe more And you just got to believe more. And at the time, I'll be honest, I wasn't happy with the answer. As you can imagine, I was not happy with that. I was ready to walk away with the secret to success. And all he said was believe. But, you know, I wrote it down, and I remember looking at the word and just looking and thinking, okay, you know, this is deep. He said he'd been studying Bob Proctor for 8 years. You know, I admitted I was a baby. I was like, maybe I was 8 months into it, you know, so I'm going to take self-inventory. I'm not going to compare my chapter 1 to his chapter 8. And I'm going to be humble and say, do you know what? Cool. I didn't know that was such a life-changing moment for me. And since that day, I've dedicated myself to finding out, you know, asking you'll receive, seeking you'll find. What does he mean by belief? How do I build my belief? Now, obviously, I love words, and again, this call is going to tell you why, but what does believing actually mean? Like belief, the word belief means to have confidence in the truth. The word belief means to have confidence in the truth. So what's the truth? The truth, ladies and gentlemen, is your goal. The truth is the goal that you're going for. The truth is that superhuman that I asked you to create last week, that self-image. That's the truth. Poverty, ill health, sickness, that's a myth. That's not. But it's your truth. So if you want to change the results in your life, you need to decide what you want your truth to be. Because sometimes we have this. Well, a lot of times we have this BS, yeah? This BS, this belief system within us, yeah? That we believe that is harming our success. We believe things on a subconscious level that is actually harming our success. You know, things like money doesn't grow on trees. All good things come to those who wait. You know, there's so many like that I can say. Stay away from those get rich quick. All rich people go to. Money doesn't buy you. You're probably finishing my sentence. These are our subconscious beliefs which you need to actually unlearn. But first, you've got to think of how you learnt them. You learnt them by repetition from the 2 mentors that were first into your life, your mommy and daddy. Your mom and dad, and the people that they were around, and who you were around, and who babysitted you, and how many weekends you spent with your nan and granddad and your auntie, you know, those were your mentors. Because we don't know how to survive, we don't know how to live until we're 16, 18. I didn't move out my parents' home until I was 23. I had 23 years of repetition of information. Get this, which was not in line with my goal. I didn't even have a goal at the time, but knowing my goal now, 23 years of information that was not in line with my goal. That's repetition over and over time, and that's why you believe what it is. So the truth is, whatever you decide to be. Be, you know, break down the word believe into 2 words. The word be is state. It's a state. We're human beings, not human doings. So you got to believe. Now, to get the things you believe, you've got to be in a state of the thing that you believe. So that superhuman that you wrote down, you need to be that person now. What habits do they have? How do they think? Do they think that's expensive? Would they sit at the front? Would they sit over there? Would they start that conversation? Would they wear that dicky bra? What would they do? What would that person do? Be, state. It's also, state is in the word statue. The state and then you. You've got to be a statue. What does that mean? It's unwavering. It's, I'm going here no matter what life smacks me in the head with. You can't stroke success. You've got to get a baseball bat and smack it in the face. Winners win. You've got to be aggressive. You know, Think and Grow Rich is actually a watered-down version of a book called The 16 Laws of Success. And in the self-confidence formula in the 16 Laws of Success, the word aggressive, persistently and aggressively towards the attainment of our chief aim, aggressive is in there. Do you know in Think and Grow Rich, they took that word aggressive out? Why? Because they took the laws of success actually off the market. Did you know that? They took the law of success off the market and then reintroduced it. It wasn't until about 20 years ago. Why after thinking we're rich? You have to be aggressive when it comes to you persist. Because we say, people say, oh, you've got to be patient. You've got to be patient. You've got to be aggressively patient. You've got to be constantly taking action whilst being patient about the results. And understanding that the results are never, look, the seasons, right now we're in winter. We're going into spring. So sometimes your results, you might be in the season of winter. But in those tough times, we can all be happy in the good times. Like, don't judge a person who's smiling when they're winning. Judge a person who's smiling when they're losing. That's the person that you want to look out for. That person there is going to the top because that person's grateful in the state of winter. But what they're doing is they're being the individual that's going to attract the success. And they understand this information, so they're always high energy. They're always excited, no matter what's going on. So that's big. Leave is loved by the gods. That's crazy, man. Loved by the gods. Now, whatever you believe, I'm personally not a religious guy, but I do believe in God, in the universe. I do believe there's a higher power, and I also believe that there's some amazing messages in the Bible which talks about, how, Jesus got crucified, and that symbol there was our sins. So no matter what you're going through, yeah, and if you do something bad, negative or something, you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself, because if you carry guilt around, you're never going to be successful, Successful doesn't mean money. Success is happiness, growth, and contribution. So you need to know that. You need to know that, first of all, like, whatever's happened, it is what it is. Accept it. Move on. It's only what you're doing in the current moment and moving forward that matters. So you need to forgive yourself. Okay. So loved by the gods. You are loved. You are protected, no matter what. I love the word universe. Uni is one. Verse is set of words. What set of words do you live by? What's your truth? What is your set of words? I know when people are not taking action on their goals and dreams, and I know why. It's because they're not reading and being their goal. They're not reading their goal. We become what we think about most of the time. If you're not reading your goal card 10 times a day, you're not doing it right. Think about it. Everyone's different. Like, if your parents were multi-millionaires, you might not need to read your goal as often as maybe me, because my parents. That's why I said self-inventory. My parents weren't multi-millionaires, and I got messed up. You can't give what you haven't got, so it's not their fault. But I got messed up when it comes to financial success. So I have to really, 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 over and over and over and over and over, because I've got to change that BS inside me, the belief system inside me. I've got to change it over and over and over. So universe is what we write down. It's what we speak. We become what we ink about. The word ink is in think. We become what we ink about. What are we inking? What are we writing down? What are we thinking about every single day? Because that's going to be your world. So there's four key components when it comes to success. Now, all of these have got to be in line with your goal. These 4 components have got to be in line with your goal. Number 1, environment. Environment is the clothes that you're wearing. Have you got a vision board? Is your house a mess? Where are you going for dinner? Where are you going? Where are you going to? Like when I first started this information, I was struggling financially, very, very, very struggling. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to say that on this call. I was struggling, right? So I had to put myself in an environment that was in line with my truth. So if I'm making 100,000 a month, Where would I go for coffee? And I do it every single week without fail. I'll go and put myself in an environment which was beginning at the very start uncomfortable, palms sweaty, you know, paying £10 for a coffee in a nice posh place in London, and you know, it was uncomfortable for me. But because I was comfortable where I was, what I was earning. But if you want to raise that level of frequency, if you want to raise if you want to raise the bar in your life, you need to change your environment. So what are you seeing every day? That's also including your goal card. It's key. It's key. What words are you hearing? People, the people around you. What words are the people around you speaking? Are they speaking in line with your goal? Are they pushing you? Are they telling you that you can win? Are they just agreeing with you when it comes to your excuses? Are they letting you off the hook? Are they telling you that you're thinking too small? Are they in a position where you want to be? Who are you listening to? The people around you. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, man. You're in the wrong room. Right now, we are merging with another company. I've reached out to I've reached out to most of the millionaires in that company, and I arrange calls with them, because the first thing I want to do is I want to learn off them. I want to learn. How do you do it? How do you think? How have you gone about it? How do you like? You need to be a student in your environment. And like, be quiet as well. Like the one thing about you know, we all know a person who just talks and they're not really getting the results that you want in life, and you're just like, ugh. You know, when I'm around people that are making more money than me, I'm like, I'm just observing, man. I'm observing, and I'll speak when I feel necessary, but I'm just listening. But the key here is be around people that are in line with your goal. This is where most people mess up. I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest, because most people aren't willing to change the people that they're around. I remember when I found this information out, and I was still in a group chat with all my old friends. You know, they were sending stupid videos in. They were saying, "Oh, check this out, check that out. Have you watched this? Have you saw this? Can you believe this? Have you heard?" And they're gossip. That, you know, that they're going out of the weekend. I had to leave that WhatsApp group and unfollow them. And not hang, because these 4 things here, you need to have what's called a season of separation. Season of separation. For the next 2 years, for the next 3 years, I'm gonna be in different environment. I'm gonna be around different people. I'm gonna take in different information. I'm gonna put myself in different experiences for the next 3 to 5 years, because my why, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and seeing other people living a life I want and I'm not living it. That is the importance of environment, and that's a good thing, by the way. Like, dissatisfaction is actually a creative state. We're meant to be dissatisfied but grateful at the same time. We're meant to be dissatisfied. I watched a video of The Rock the other day, and he said, what makes me different is I wake up and every day my back's against the wall. My back's against the wall. Meaning that he's constantly on his own accountability partner. He's constantly pushing himself for more, because he knows that too many people get complacent. Too many people just get complacent with their success. And I think, yeah, you know, it's like going to the gym, doing all that hard work, getting those abs, and then going, yeah, I've got abs now. I can afford the odd pizza here and there, and eventually, and it's back to square one. You need to stay around the people that are smashing it. If you want to really live that life of success, success is actually the progressive realization of the worthy truth. So what we're doing is that's when we're happiest, when we're growing, when we're moving. It's not the end result. It's going to make us happy. It's the pursuit of happiness. That actually, the pursuit. If you're seeking happiness, you're never going to have it. You know. Do you know, if you're actually seeking happiness, you're never going to have it. You need to be seeking what it is that you want, and happiness will find you. You go after the truth, and happiness will come up behind you and give you a big hug. If you just keep focusing on getting better every day, because we become proud and we love ourselves. So, number 3 is information. What goes in actually creates a formation of your mind, and your formation of mind is what produces the results. You know, I was speaking to a guy the other day and I said, right now, I'm just informing you. I'm informing you. I'm informing you right now. Who's informing you today? Who's informing you today? Information. This is key, man. Like, if you're in a car, you've got to be listening to personal growth material, to people that have already done what you want to do. For people that come from worse off positions and are now achieving massive success. And it's about listening to the same information over and over and over and over, because again, it goes back down to how do we learn it. The repetition of information is one way to change your paradigm. One way to change your paradigm. And, you know, we've all heard stories and information that have give us an emotional impact. There's two ways to change your paradigm Bob talks about. And that's one, repetition of information, and two, an emotional impact. Different information over and over again. What it does, when you give your mind a postcode, a goal to go to, our mind picks up different things, and we get emotionally attached to different things, and we get emotionally motivated by different things. So the information if you're sitting down, you need to be reading. If you're driving, you need to be listening. I don't care what it is you're doing. You need to be listening to the right information. Number three, also words. Again, all comes down to words. Number four, is experiences. Whatever we experience, we believe, and you need to put yourself in an experience that triggers an emotion of you actually having the desire that you want before you actually have it. You need to put yourself in an experience that triggers an emotion of you already having what it is that you desire before you actually have it. So you can actually receive it emotionally before you have it physically. You receive it emotionally before you have it physically. This is going and sitting in the cars. This is, go look at the dream homes. This is spending time around people that are where you want to be, because it's an experience. It's uncomfortable, but you want to make that next step. That's your new comfort zone. That's your new comfort zone. It needs to become comfortable. Monitor how you feel, and then go, okay, cool. Don't judge yourself. Just monitor, and then come back. Work on yourself. Work on your goals. Work on your goals. And then go back again and think, and then monitor again. Okay, cool. I'm feeling 10% more comfortable than I did last time. That's good. That's progress. So these are the four components, and it's the repetition of these four components that's going to change your belief system, and they all need to be in line with the truth. So life and death is in the power of the tongue. Basically, whatever we speak, we get. The problem with most people is they speak about what they have. So if we get what we speak, the problem with most people is they speak about what they have. What they do is they get reality mixed up with truth. They get reality, current circumstances, mixed up with what they want. And they say things like, I can't afford it. I'm broke. I'm not smart enough. I can't read fast. I'm not confident. That's too hard for me. I don't believe I can do that. I'm not going to go and sit in the Bentley because I can't afford it right now. I feel stupid. Instead of, because that all you're speaking there is what you believe, because we only speak what we believe. We only speak what we believe. So you probably heard someone say, "Oh, I didn't mean it by that. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that." Your subconscious mind can't lie. Your subconscious mind is telling me your truth. I didn't mean that. You did. You might not have it consciously, but you did. It come out. So you need to speak. I am. Let's go back to I am. Whatever follows the words I am follows you. Words create our world. We're all on earth, but our words create our own world. The word word is in world. It's in world. Words, just put an L in there, you got worlds. Words actually trigger emotions. If you just try this, just go outside just maybe tomorrow, whatever. on your own. I do this every single morning, and just say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am, and then whatever your truth is, and just say it. Just say it like 20 times. With your eyes closed, and just say, I am, I am, I am. I don't care what you say. I know that you will try this, because by the 15th time, you're gonna feel better. I am so happy and grateful now that. I'm so happy and grateful now that. And then eventually, you know that. You know that. I love this armor here. Look, can everyone see this armor? Put some ones in the chat if you're taking some value as well. Put some ones in the chat. Let's get some interaction. Put some ones in the chat if you can. If you're enjoying the call so far, and you can see that armor there. We got 2 people that are enjoying it so far. That's good. That's good. 3, okay. 4, here we go. 11. Amazing. So you see that armor there, look. We've got the helmet, we've got the arms, we've got the legs, the chest thing, the gloves, the shoes. It's all defensive. It's all defensive. What's the only offensive thing there? The only penetrator? The sword. The sword, right? Everyone write the word sword down right now, and then take away the S. Our words are the only creative thing. We create with our words. So the sword is the only thing which actually does any damage. So whatever you've got in your life today, you've spoke it. You've spoke it. You've been around people that are speaking it. And if you want to change the outcome of your life, you need to speak the new life that you desire as it already exists. And you need to be around people that are also telling you that you can do it. You are a millionaire. You are worthy. You can, you can do it. You can do more. Congratulations, but you can do more. All 4 of those components have these 3 things in common. Environment. That's going to be images, the words. It's going to trigger our words. The people. It's going to trigger the images. The images that I'm speaking right now. Imagine walking into the dealership and getting the car of your dreams. That's an image. Emotion. You're going to feel amazing about that. Information. That's going to affect our images, words, and emotions. Experiences. That's going to impact our images, words, and emotions. So it's 3 things. So now it's time to think. Time to think. So what is your definite chief aim? What is your, if Bob was on the call now, I'd be saying, what is your C-type goal? What is your definite chief aim? If you don't know, what I'd recommend doing, based off of Success Leaves Clues, this information that I'm sharing right now, if you don't know this information, if you don't know what your real chief aim is, make sure that it requires growth and contribution, and it involves people. Make sure that your goal and your desires and your chief aim is bigger than just you. Because if it's just about you, the first hurdle, you're failing, you're quitting, you're giving up. But if it's about others, let's say, for instance, I didn't want to do this call tonight. I've had a long day. I've had a long day. But if my chief aim was just about me, then it'd be okay not to do this call. But it's not. It's not just about me anymore. It's about contribution. It's about growth. It's about being committed. Committed doesn't require feelings. That's next week's call. Commitment. C. Commitment doesn't require feelings. What is your chief aim? Let's actually think, man. It's Friday. It's the end of the cycle. It's the end of the week. Yeah? But it's also the start of the week. So you need to actually have some time to think. Slow down. Relax. Take a deep breath and think, what do I want? I love this saying, and it hits me every time. Getting what we want is not the hard part. Deciding what we want, that's the hard part. Getting what we want is not the hard part. Deciding what we want, that's the hard part. being focused, following one course until successful, focus. So if your C-Talk goal is this, what are the benchmarks that you need to set yourself to keep yourself on track? So if you've got a goal to make $1 million a month, when do you want to make 100,000 a month? When do you want to make 1,000 a month? When do you want to make £100 a month? What are the benchmarks that you need to be setting yourself to keep yourself on track? These are goals. These are goals. When you achieve the C-Talk goal, all of your goals should be achieved. Because your C-Talk goal is not just a goal to get, it's a goal to grow into. That goes back to the person that you need to become, because this is all a becoming process. Who do you need to become? See yourself as that. If you see yourself as muscular in the future with this amount of income, guess what? One of the benchmarks to keep you on track is you want to look like this by a certain date. You want to be this weight by a certain date. You need to make sure that you go in the gym every single day, because that's who you are. So you need to create the person that's not the result, but the person. Create that self-image. So what are the benchmarks? Really think about it. This is a key one. Are you prepared and willing to take the tests? Let me just tell you this, man. Like, the second that you make a decision to better yourself and to set these goals, and you're gonna come across some tests. You're gonna come across some tests. Yeah, you're gonna come across some. I was talking to my boy earlier, and like I'm in the industry of network marketing, and there's been times when I've drove 4 hours, yeah, to London. I got on a ferry in London. I didn't even know there was a ferry in London. I got on a ferry. I went to a home. and there was people there, and I shared my story. 2 people joined. I drove back 3 hours, so 7 hours on the road in total. Those 2 people quit. Okay, so there's going to be tests, man. But I'm still smiling because I understand that there's going to be tests. That's what I'm saying. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Like, it's not going to just happen perfectly. It's winter now. Like I said, like you're gonna have cold. You're gonna have cold times. The wind's gonna be blowing in your face. It's gonna rain on you. You're gonna fall over. You're gonna trip. You're gonna trip over. You're gonna look stupid. You're gonna feel silly. You're not gonna be able to answer questions sometimes. You're gonna get hate. New levels bring new devils. It's understanding this information, which is the key. In all you're getting, get understanding, King Solomon said. So are you prepared and willing to take the tests? The best thing about this community which I'm creating, if you're not in the Facebook group, Bulletproof Mindset, drop me a message or get back with the person that's introduced you to this call. Get yourself in that. Follow me on YouTube, Bulletproof Mindset. And if you want to get involved in what it is that we do financially, also let me know. Or get back with the person that introduced you to this call. But you've got to create a new comfort zone, yeah? Because what that does is it creates new emotions, and new emotions creates new results, which I've already touched on. So are you doing all that you can every single day? All you can do is all you can do, All you can do is all you can do. So don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 7. It's, have I done everything I can do today? Have I done everything I can do this week? Where have I wasted time this week? Am I doing all that I can physically and spiritually? Meaning that, am I keeping my emotions in check? If I'm feeling a bit negative, am I taking just a step back just for a second and just asking myself, am I okay? Why am I feeling this way? Am I doing all that I can every day? Just ask yourself these questions. So a bit of homework. 5 to 10 people, new people on this call next week. Everyone, 5 to 10 new people on this call next week. Let's just step it out. Let's grow this. If put some 1s in the chat, put some 2s in the chat, put some 3s in the chat. 1, 2, 3. If you believe that this information is helping you and can help others, send a photo evidence in the WhatsApp group that we've got, in the Facebook group that we've got, to me personally, whatever, of you taking action. So you could have a goal. I don't know what your goal is. You could have a goal to release some weight this week. Take a photo of yourself on the treadmill. Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. If you got a goal to build your business this week, let's take a selfie of you doing an event this week. Not just doing calls, doing an event. If you're in network marketing, you haven't done your first event. You haven't started your business yet. And it's not your event. I'm talking you. You haven't started your business yet. If you haven't done your own personal event, you haven't even started your business yet. Take a selfie of that. Spiritually, get someone to take a photo of you sat in your dream car. Send it in the chat. Send a photo of your vision board in. Let me know that you're taking action on this information, man. We need to start taking action on it. It's great writing it down, but take action on it. Set a goal, write the plan, and commit to that plan no matter what. Next week, next Friday, you can either sit back and be like, whoa, this week's been mad. I set this plan and I've done everything that I said, man. I've done it. Character is actually following through with the decisions that we made long after the emotion that we made, the decision, has left us. So what we're doing is we're actually following through even when we don't feel like it. So set a goal, write a plan, commit to that plan. If you're within my personal organisation, I want to know your goal for this week. I want to know your plan for this week. And I just want the words yes in capitals that you're committed to do it. Let's do it. If you're on the call and you're within my personal success team, let's do this. Okay. P.S. man, smile. This information works. This information works. Cool. So next week we're going to talk about C. The word is commitment. I'm excited about it. I hope you've enjoyed this call. Like I said, get back with the person that introduced you to this call. If you want to find out what it is that we do, let me know if you want to join the Facebook group that we've got, the YouTube, the YouTube channel, which we've got. I love you all. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have an amazing weekend, and let's definitely follow through with what we've just shared with ourselves. All right, so let's go.